one time. If you put us in, then it's crunch time. We eat the cob like it's lunchtime. If we talking sports, we ain't nothing nice. All we really need is one time. If you put us in, then it's crunch time. We eat the cob like it's lunchtime. If you talking sports, we ain't nothing nice. We just call it how we see it. We don't beat around the bush. It's a first down or a rebound. I dish it out for the assist. We just call it how we see it. We don't beat around the bush. It's a first down or a rebound. I dish it out for the assist.
What's going on? Call it how you see it, listeners. Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. All those great things that come about. Today, fellas, today is the day. Man, we got some exciting things to talk about today. As always, right? That most people don't want to talk about, right? So today I'm here with Amari J, Eddie Dean, and JJ. Fellas, how y'all feeling?
What's going on, man? We here another day.
What you say? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
New Year's.
Happy Kwanzaa. Just say no and stay in school.
Yeah, just say no. Hey, man, stay off of drugs. Dad'll be drug free. Is that what they say?
Hey,
Merry Christmas is actually a very good statement, man, because most people don't view life like this, man. But every day you wake up is a Christmas gift, right? Because you're not promised tomorrow. So that's really how you got to look at it. So, Merry Christmas to everybody every day. It's not just about like how many PlayStations or toys or money you can get from somebody. Every day you wake up is Christmas. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You just something for everybody to learn.
Shit out of luck if Christmas get canceled.
Yeah, if Christmas get canceled, that means you up there to meet the Lord. You know what I mean? Or whoever you believe in.
Like Caesar Cardenas say. Caesar Cardenas say, see you at the crossroads.
See you at the crossroads. Yeah, so you won't be lonely. All right, fellas. So check this out. We got some amazing topics to talk about, man. We're gonna talk about Razor Ramon and his passing, you know what I mean, from the WWE family or from the wrestling family as a whole, man. The next topic we're going to talk about, man, is week 2 of the trades and signings, man. I think we have some really good and explosive moves that took place, and I kind of want to see how you fellas feel on that matter. Then after that, oh my gosh, the one that I'm going to love to talk about, even though we said we wasn't talking about Mr. Miserable Rodgers anymore, right? But I'm kind of curious to see like what really went on in Green Bay.
I think some of y'all love him, man. Y'all love him.
Don't do that.
No. Hey. It's a miserable day in his neighborhood now for sure. He don't have his receiver.
It's a thin line, man. I'm telling you.
Between love and hate, right? So we're gonna jump off into that, man. I can't wait to hear you guys' opinions. And then lastly, man, I call this ground the comment segment ground. And y'all know, fellas, I love this, man, right? One of my buddies, man, that passed away, man, came up with this, man. And I say that to say this, man, that like One OK Rock, for guys who don't know, right, it's like a Japanese rock band, man. And they came up with this like nice song to his friend that passed away. And he was like, now you're gone, you left your song. Like, what am I going to do with this pain? Well, for me, this podcast is everything, right? So this common ground segment is going to be special because now we get to talk about people who blast their business on social media. Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield. And as we can tell, they ain't working out for him, man. So I kind of want to see how you guys feel, you know what I mean, about people doing this type of thing going forward in life, man. And maybe we can educate people to make better decisions, right?
All right?
So look, let's get it cracking.
Like you say, D. Woo!
Woo! Hey, as my boy Sting would say, it's showtime. Topic 1,
yes,
Razor Ramon, the passing, man, the great legendary Razor Ramon, the bad guy, as some people like to call him, and for most people, man, hey, yo,
Chico,
Chico, it's survey time. So look, check this out, man. Eddie Dean, we gonna kick this off for you, man. Please let me know how you feel about the Razor Ramon or Scott Hall.
Well, let's
get it.
Let's get up into Scott Hall now. My man Scott Hall. Let's see. When he died on, I guess what is this? March 14th, I think, right?
Yeah.
Today is the 18th.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Right off the bat, R.I.P. A legend. It is what it is. So let's see. I was introduced to Scott Hall as Razor Ramon in the 5th grade, right? And back then, 5th grade, really from the time I was a little kid, we had what was the cartoon that came on? It was like back in like 84, 85.
The WWE cartoon with Hulk Hogan and shit?
Yeah, with Hulk Hogan and the Junkyard Dog and all that shit.
Yeah, I remember that shit, man.
That was some good shit. So, around it, I can't say we were tighter into that shit. In
84 was his debut too. Interesting. Not into the WWE.
Yes,
like
you're
that,
very
but
right.
into wrestling. Correct.
It was 84.
Yeah, 84.
I think 92 was when he was introduced into WWF. I'm thinking
it was.
And so Yeah, so he had that style about him when you knew he was the bad guy. And I don't just mean like the heel for wrestling. I mean like you knew he was the that dude. He was like he came with that Scarface flavor.
Yeah.
He was like, look, hey yo Chico.
Hey,
and it was like, oh shit, what am I watching, man? Like I said, I might have been about 10 years old. I'm like, man, this dude, let's keep it real.
Different.
He was different, but it was gangster. I said, man, this motherfucker's gangster. Hey, had the
gangster's a motherfucker. Yeah.
Hey, had the toothpick. Would take out the toothpick, throw it at the camera. Dog, we did that shit for about a year at school. Dog. We all came to school with toothpicks and shit. Hey, so as much as I could talk about those days, that was wonderful. That was good memories. It was everything it should be. But I'm gonna tell you something. When it really fast forward to about 96 or 97. I already
know where you're going. I knew it was going.
That's when shit changed for me. Now, at this point, we done got older. We driving. We talking to little girls and shit. We teenagers, you know what I'm saying? We like about 15, 16 years old, right? We ain't really as much checking for wrestling like we used to. We ain't against it, but we not checking for that. We trying to do high school, do our thing. Yeah. And about that time, that's when they came with the NWO.
My gosh.
NWO, you had Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. You had Hollywood came in with it. After a while, they had, I think, DiBiase.
DiBiase was in that bad boy, yeah.
They had Sting. They had the Big Show.
Ted Turner was throwing out cash, bro.
Eric Bischoff was all over Buff Bagwell, man.
Didn't they have DDP too?
Yeah, for a little bit.
If I'm not mistaken. Dallas, really?
Did they have?
I thought they did for a little bit.
I think they had.
If they did, they was bad to the bone because I
think he pulled the same move that Sting did. It was like undercover. You know what I mean?
I might have been. Look here, I was at basic training at Fort Leonard Wood in the Army, man, in '99. And when we would get fired up, we would throw it up the diamond and diamond cut and shit when we would get fired up in formation. So anyway,
that's like RKO, bro.
Oh man, so they had Big Papa Pump, all kinds, Scott. Okay, so
yeah.
That's
shout out to Big Papa Pump though, Big Bad Booty Daddy.
You already
that name was thrown.
Hey, man, wrestling would never be the same, man.
That was the era. That was the best era for me. And we've had this conversation before, but for sure between me, UD, and you, Amari, and
it's the greatest of all time era, bro. Like for real.
And to me, between him. Like I said, with him and Kevin Nash and Hollywood, because I mean that was a change of things from when Hollywood was just Hulk Hogan and he was the a real
eat your vitamins,
eat your vitamins, say your prayers.
Yes,
and at first I was watching this shit like, man, what they doing with wrestling? And then after a while, it's like, man, this some badass shit. Yeah. They had that fly ass little they song was fly shit, man.
Yeah.
I still play that shit. If I get on like Call of Duty or something, man, I still play that goddamn shit because that shit had me fired up. Bottom line, I ain't gonna go over too long. Bottom line, dude's a legend. He will be missed. Left a stamp on the whole wrestling world. And just on pop culture.
Yeah, on pop culture, yeah.
It may be people may not even know what the dude's name is, but if they see him, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's that dude right there, man, from wrestling. Yeah. Like, hey, yo, Chico. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, Chico.
We say that at work when we be like clowning and laughing. We still say that to each other like, hey, what's up, Chico?
Hey, yo, what's up, Chico?
He left a legacy. He was a legend. That's all I got, man. Just good memories, and he was a solid wrestler, good dude.
Yeah,
no doubt. That's
I love it. JJ, man, let me get you in there, man. How you feel about Scott Hall, Razor Ramon?
I didn't watch wrestling that much, but just kind of to go off of Eddie. I remember him whenever I saw him because, like in high school, it was the same thing. Like I didn't really watch it, but at the same time, I heard like the Hey Yo Chico thing going on.
Yeah.
And,
that's how he was a trendsetter. Even
before,
he was the one I think who said the NWO is too sweet.
Sweet, yeah, bro. Look at you. Shit. That was some shit, man. He had mic skill, bro. Keep going, JJ. But he had mic skill, bro.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, I didn't really watch it at that time. I mean, I saw the Macho Man. I saw the Ultimate Warrior. But he was one of the ones I remember too, because of that. He had that Scarface persona.
Yeah, the Al Pacino.
Yeah. He I mean, he was the bad guy, that you wanted to be, even though you weren't.
That was the perfect. That's the perfect way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And with the little toothpick in his mouth and the little, squeaky hair.
30 gold chains.
Yeah, he had the gold chain and shit.
Man, solid, right?
So, I mean, this is the guy that you weren't supposed to want to be, but that's the guy you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely worded.
He was the bad guy, but you're not supposed to be the bad guy, but he was the bad guy you wanted to be. And
he was the cool bad guy. You ain't lying.
Hey,
Before that, they had like Iron Sheik and people like that. You like, oh yeah, you want to see their ass get whooped. But when he came out, you was like, oh, hey, that motherfucker cool.
That motherfucker was throwed.
Yeah, because usually the bad guys are the ones you like to hate. You want to see come out and get their ass whooped, just like it just said. You want to see that. But this was the guy that you wanted him to do the ass whooping. You wanted this bad guy to do what he said he was going to do to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he left his fingerprint, and nobody's going to be able to do anything like him. His persona was just something different. He was just a different person, a whole character way beyond his time, So, man, I wish I would have watched more wrestling, but I mean, his character.
The Peacock right now, man, you can go back and watch every bit of it.
Oh, no
every
shit.
bit of it. Oh, bro.
I'm all over that.
Bro, on my off days and shit like that, at nights, bro, I'm up at nights with a bottle of Henny and a steak. Well, I'm swear to God, like watching. I just got done. Bro. I just got done watching WrestleMania 18 when he went against Stone Cold. Like, bro, you can go back and watch everything, bro, from WrestleMania 1 till, all the old Raws, the Raws Wars, the real SmackDown. Here comes bro, I'm like, oh my God.
They got like Monday Nitro and all that shit?
Everything.
Oh, everything.
No shit.
Yes,
all right, Amari J, man, let me get you up in there real quick, man.
Yeah, jump on this.
Jump on this real quick.
Eddie's take was right on spot with it, and even with JJ, with him not watching it, I mean, the takes
a lot, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think that tells you something as well for someone that don't even watch wrestling, but to still have a great take like that on a guy, and to be right, hands on, like right on the nail with this guy. I mean, that's what it was. I mean, he was different. He was. I feel like, man, it's hard. Like it's like what he said. He was that bad guy that you weren't supposed to like, but the dude with his he was just, his character
is amazing.
If somebody was to try something like that nowadays, they get booed out the fucking gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that he was able to take that Al Pacino, that whole persona and make it his, and that shit went, and he rolled with it, and it wasn't. He didn't just ride with it. That shit was him. It became him. He became that. It got to the point where it was like, man, like, is this even a gimmick anymore? Like, the shit was so.
I'm glad you said that too.
He was just. I mean, the shit was just legendary, bro. I mean, his vignettes, his previous little promos.
Come on.
It was, bro. I mean, like, hey, yo, the dude was so fucking smooth, bro. And then inside the ring, he was just dominant. He got his first belt with the WWF was with 93, I want to say it was the Intercontinental belt, and I feel like he was one of
that was the one against Shawn Michaels. Or was it before Shawn Michaels?
No. He did beat Shawn Michaels in a ladder match.
That was at WrestleMania. By the way, which was the match of the year.
Oh my God! Yeah,
it was match of the year.
And so when he won
in
that,
94, actually in 94, that was match of the year.
Kid.
So when he won the Intercontinental belt, he actually, he put that shit on a pedestal, man, because if you go back now, look at the list of Intercontinental Championships now, like he was one of the guys that elevated that belt to make guys want to go and try to get that belt, because at one point, nobody was worried about that. Everybody
that's a good point. Come on.
Keep going. Yeah.
He brought that belt up. You know, like I said, you guys were right on the nails. The guy was just that guy that you wanted to be that you shouldn't want to be. Everybody, I think, wants to have that little curl hanging down your forehead. You know,
Yes.
the dude walked around with, you know, with the 30 chains, bro. I mean, it was just like you had never seen nobody like that. Like
he was
at that
slick.
time.
He was slick as shit.
Like Eddie, like JJ said, he was ahead of his time at that time. You know, so you guys were on the nail with that. So I'll go over to some things that I feel stood out to, you know, put him over the top. I noticed one thing, he bounced around a lot. Before he came to the WWF in '92, he actually was in the World Championship Wrestling in '91. He stayed there for a year before he came over to WWF in '92. He was with the WWF, I think, only until '92. I think only until '96.
Yeah, to '96. Yeah, that's when they made that transition.
Then he debuted into WCW on was it Monday Night Nitro?
Yep.
In '96, and he came out. I remember he comes out through the crowd, just the swag. He's like, "Hey, yo, you know, you guys know who I am." Like he gonna tell the crowd, like, "Y'all know who I am." You know,
that was thrown. How you did that though, man? To think about it, that was thrown.
Yeah, he's like, don't bullshit me. Y'all know who the fuck I am, like, you know, because everybody was like kind of like looking around, like they didn't who is. Hey, y'all know who the fuck.
But you know, but not to cut you off, man. But at that time, man, like we never really seen anybody jump ship the way that they jump ship, right? It made different. It seem so natural.
Exactly, and that was
natural.
And honestly, I feel like you can even say he was one of those trendsetters to do that too, to be able to bounce around the way he did. So he did that. The next big thing I could say with his career, so that was one thing, bouncing over, coming into WCW like that, kind of already just taking, hey, this is me, this is who I am, I'm taking this shit over. He was also the one that helped end Goldberg's streak. When he's on WCW and a dude could not lose a match. He was 71-0, right? He was going against Kevin Nash for the belt.
For the belt, yeah, correct.
For the belt at what they used to do, the
Great American Bash, I think it was.
No, what was it?
Well, Halloween Havoc.
Bash at the Beach.
Bash at the Beach. Yes, Bash at the Beach.
It was that same year. It was in '96. So this was all in the same year that he debuted. He stunned him with a fucking stun gun. He stunned Goldberg with a stun gun while the ref and all them was distracted and shit. Kevin Nash came in, did his thing, pinned him 1, 2, 3. So basically, ultimately, he's the reason why they ended that damn 71-0 streak. So that's one thing that kind of like, then he ended up getting a match with him.
That's good because I like him better than Goldberg anyway.
Yeah. And so that was one thing. What was another thing? Then he comes back, he leaves and comes back to the WWF 2002. What does he do? Comes in there off the bat, comes and fucks with one of the coldest motherfuckers in the game, and Stone Cold. Like, come on, bro. You're going to come right back and you're going to go straight to him. Then he ends up getting into that match with WrestleMania 18 with Stone Cold. Him and Kevin Nash, man. You know, Kevin Nash tried to interfere in the match. That match was fucking legendary as well, man.
Yeah, that was a good one, too.
I just got done watching that. It just, man, back then, it was just so amazing. I mean, again, it's one of the things we can go on and on about him, man.
Yeah.
Just, I think at the end of the day, he was something different. And, he was just something new, fresh, something that I don't think nobody was prepared for at that time in that era. He changed a lot for everybody. He was, you know, he was dominant. He was smooth. He was swaggy before swag came out, man. Man, like we said, he's a legend. I'll never forget the man. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, NWO, all that, man. I'll never forget him. And that's my take on him, man.
Well, man, I mean, y'all pretty much nailed everything for me, man. I mean, y'all making it hard for me at this particular point. But I will say this, though, man. There's a few accolades I just want to like run down real quick, man, because I thought these were pretty interesting, man. So I wrote these down because I thought these were cool. A lot of people don't get this, right? He's a 2-time Hall of Famer, right? One by himself, right? And then one with the NWO, right? Yeah. That's amazing, man, right? He's won 9 tag team titles between any promotion he's ever been in, 9 total. That's unheard. That's unheard of. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, a lot of people do it like New Day does it in one spot, right? Like these dudes are really good at no matter winning tag bites and getting crowds to react to them, whether it's a positive pop or a negative pop, right? They do good at it. You know what I mean? It's enough to get a belt under your name, and that's amazing, right? He's won the Intercontinental Championship 4 times. He won the U.S. Championship, which was what WCW's equivalent was, right?
Before it got brought over to WWF or WWE at that time.
Yeah, he won that twice, right? This man has 2 matches of the year, and both of them were with Shawn Michaels. So they put on great stories, point blank period, right? And then there was Tag Team of the Year in '97, which means that was in WCW, right? Whenever they just ramshacked over everybody, man.
Yeah.
Jay-Z said this best, right? what more can I say? Right? Just what more can I say? Like this dude is just he's excellence, man. Like if anybody want to learn how to do the business right, that's a good model to look at, man, and watch how he executes. And then I say this for the culture, there's only two people in the culture that I can honestly say, like in our generation, that like we can respect more than anything. Ric Flair and Scott Hall. Because they embodied everything that we do even today. The multiple chains, the flashiness, the ego, the pride, right? He gave us everything that we saw in ourselves, you know what I mean? But just that, you know, he was a little different, you know what I mean? Or suit-wise, his suit style was a little different. And y'all know what I mean by suit. Yeah, but other than that, you know what I mean? Like, we're like, damn, like we all walk around here and we go, woo, you know what I mean? And we talking about like we limousine ride.
You know go a week when I do some Ric Flair.
He went, look, before 2 Chainz was 2 Chainz, that was already Scott Hall. Scott Hall was the one running around here with multiple chains. I mean, again, he may not ever admit this, but what do you think he get kind of?
Let's not act like Mr. T didn't do that shit.
Yeah, no, Mr. T did that shit too, though. Yeah, Mr. T did that shit too.
Mr. T wrestled in WrestleMania 1.
Yeah. But it's the coolest thing, you know what I mean? Like you could ever see. Like T did it, and yes, we thought it was cool.
He did it cool.
But it's been a long time since we've seen anybody else pull some shit ass like stunt like that, man. Mainly in wrestling, though. You know what I mean?
That's why I said if somebody was to try that, like anything
like now, oh no, you wouldn't do it. Yeah, you wouldn't make it. You cancel. You're done. So, anyways, mad love and mad respect to Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, man. Rest in peace, man. Wrestling will truly miss you. Everything about you, man. And for the last time, man, we can say it in unison, in harmony, however you want to say it. But we could just say, hey, yo, y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey, yo.
That's legendary. Now, let's move into topic number 2, fellas. This is gonna be a good one, man, right? So a lot of signs, a lot of trades have been going on. I want to know, the nation wants to know, how y'all feel about round 2 of signs and everything else like in between that make you just feel like, that makes sense. Or make you say, what the fuck is going on? So JJ, I want to start with you, man. Like what made you say, that's interesting? And then what made you say, man, what the fuck?
Jay Jizzle.
All right. I'm gonna have to start with the what the fuck, man. Von Miller.
Like, that's where I was about to go with that shit, man.
Why? Like, what do you see in this guy? Like, I know he just won the Super Bowl with the Rams, but why did you see the need to pay this dude all this money? Yeah. Not only that, but he's already like not past his prime, but
he's getting there, right?
I know what you mean.
And I mean, this dude isn't coming off of a 20-sack season for you to pay him this type of money. Like, he's done with those types of seasons. He's not going to give you something like that anymore.
Yeah, he's about to turn 33 this month.
Yeah. So what is the reasoning behind this? Why do you extend him? Well, not extend him, but why do you sign him to 5 years and all this money? He's not gonna be the Tom Brady of fucking
linebackers or edge rushers, right?
Yeah, bro. Tom
gonna find that fountain of youth, huh, JJ?
Yeah, Tom Brady not getting hit. Tom Brady not getting hit like that. And there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Von Miller out here throwing his body around, running. He has to live off of explosiveness and all that kind of stuff, bro.
Athleticism, yeah.
Hey, look, I tell you right now, them black kneecaps is gonna be gone real soon. I'll tell you that right now.
For real.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, from what I've seen, I just don't see why you would do that. I mean, when you tie up a team with a defensive player, it's one of the worst things you can do.
Oh man, JJ, keep going, preach.
You've seen it with JJ Watt. I mean, JJ Watt was great for Houston, but at the end, I mean, he was still making mad, crazy money, but he just wasn't putting the numbers up. And that's the same thing that's going to happen with Von Miller.
Look who Miller was playing with.
Yeah, and that's the difference too. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Really, look who he's playing with.
I feel y'all.
Aaron Donald now kind of
exactly. If you don't have that on the other side of you,
come on,
you're not. And we talked about this, I think, in episode 1, right? You know, when you have a defense, like we were saying, they're basically like they were taking turns.
They were taking turns,
They were taking turns.
Yeah.
And
if I'm not mistaken, like they even split sacks, like you said, like one win and then the other win. It was exactly like you called it. It
and
just
Buffalo, not that. They not that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I am not trying to disrespect the man at all. You know what I'm saying? For what he's done in the league, he'll be a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? All that. But you have to have somebody like a Donald on the opposite side of you. You have to have somebody like a Danielle Hunter on the opposite side of you. You have to have somebody like
TJ Watt,
TJ Watt,
a Nick Bosa.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so without that, you're not getting $20 million a year from me, buddy.
Man, JJ, I think that was a good take, JJ, for real, because I thought that was mighty fucked up. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it was mighty fucked up.
It was mighty fucked up.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I'm Von Miller, I'm obviously jumping that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he won.
He'd be a fool. I take
he won.
Half of that money is damn near guaranteed. So no other team was gonna give him that money.
Yeah.
So hey,
he made the jump. How do say in the movie? I take any fool money if he giving it away.
If he just giving it away. So then I ask you this. So what team makes you go like, man, okay, like that was good.
Okay. Now, not because I'm a Houston Texans fan.
Here we go.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad this whole Deshaun Watson trade is done with. And I kind of think this is going to be the best trade, I would say, because Houston will be able to improve a lot faster. They got a top 13 overall from the Browns.
Yeah.
So now we have third. Now we have the 13th. I wish they would have tried to go for more picks on this year, because you know that the Browns aren't going to be in the top picks.
Only thing about that though, if they do that, then there's no like, let's say if I'm the team giving you those picks, if you ask for more this year, when I'm already giving you all this and signing this quarterback to this big deal, well, then I'm going to try to get out of giving you a first round out of one of the years. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, at the same time, I think I would have preferred that, because if this team moves up pretty quickly and stays up there, I mean, what are you looking at in the future in a 2023 or 2024?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're gonna be like mid-20s or something like that.
So yeah, keep going.
If they would have got at least a second this year, I think it would have been a little bit better, because their second would have at least been, in the middle of the pack, or somewhere up there.
I feel that. Okay, yeah, that's what I was about to ask you next. Yeah. Because I was gonna not chime in, or I was gonna ask this, because I think the quarterback situation is something that needs to be worked on, and I feel like because they really didn't address it, you know what I mean, like they should have. And I feel like, again, no disrespect to any college player right now, right? I don't feel like any of them are like first round draft picks, right? Like that's not for this year at all, period, right? This is mostly like skill positions for me. That's how I view it. This draft is more about skill positions and trench players. A lot of people need some trench players, right? Yeah, I don't see no real quarterback coming out of this one though. But how you feel about that though? Are you still good on David Mills?
I think you have to stick with him at least another year. At least.
I agree with you too. Yeah.
I think it would have been smart to get Baker just to have a backup.
I ain't gotta go now.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, they didn't do it. But I mean, at least they have some picks in the future. So if it doesn't work out, they could try to
make some moves,
trade up in the future. There's a really good quarterback.
Yeah, I think next year, I think they should have a decent quarterback class, right? I mean, you fellas agree?
Yeah, and I'm gonna get into that.
Okay, good. I mean, you're next anyway. So I mean, what made you say, okay, that was good? And then what made you say, like, what the fuck?
Well, shit. I had two what the fuck shit recently.
Oh, mate, spill it, man. Hey, it's called Call It How We See It, bro. So I mean, if you got two of them, bro, let that shit go. Let it rip.
I mean, my first one is right there with JJ. I'm still flabbergasted giving Von Miller that money, and he was asking why would you do that? To me, desperate. That's what the fuck that was. Desperate, and obviously I understand they see the AFC just getting loaded
Stacked.
more and more and stacked. So I get it. I still think there was other guys out there, better edges, younger edges you could have got, over Vaughn. I don't know if they were just jumping the wagon because of the fact that he just won a Super Bowl and he has 2 Super Bowls under his belt. He has maybe that's why.
That pedigree.
And maybe it's the pedigree. Maybe it's the resume. Maybe it's what he brings to the locker room. So I get that. I get that aspect of it, which nobody's talked about,
Yeah.
Because when you first look at it, like, it's just like, what the fuck? Like you said, what is that? That's when you first look at it. I like, bro, I'm not paying this old ass man who finna be with a cane in 2 years. No, I'm not. Like, now, unless they have something.
At least he's not like Anthony Davis, always on the fucking stretcher.
You ain't
I
lying.
mean, I'm just saying.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Hey, bro, come on, bro.
Okay, sorry. Keep going. Keep going. My bad.
Shit. You just fucked me out there. Take a sip now. God damn.
Cheers to that. Hey, all good conversations, man. Go good with Henny, man. Please drink responsibly and make sure that you drink water at all times. But Amore J, we can segue back into your take, man. I'm sorry about that.
God, where the fuck the white flag at? All right.
I love your white flag. Okay.
Yeah, you need a red flag for that motherfucker.
All right. So
I'm out of line for that shit, though. I ain't gonna lie.
But yeah, so that was one of my
Cheers.
what the fuck. That was one of my what the fuck moments. Is just that.
Okay.
But I guess you could say it was for the pedigree and why they're doing it. He brings in leadership, so that's a definitely, maybe they feel their defense didn't have the leadership that it needed. So okay, that's one thing. Oh, he has 2 rings. Okay, boom, that's number 2. Okay, 3, the experience. Okay, so I guess if you're doing it based off of resume and all that kind of stuff, then okay, whatever. But that was my what the fuck moment. My other what the fuck moment, which it ties into a segment for later, was fucking Davante Adams, obviously. What the fuck,
Yeah, what the fuck, right?
And I really don't want to get into it too much because we're going to be going into that.
Yeah, let's say that for topic. Yeah, I want you to break that down.
Yeah. So my next thing, like we said, I'm not gonna say that I'm impressed by it or whatever. See, it hasn't really been too many things that threw me off. A lot of these things that's been going on so far, like not to say like I said before, like a Miss Cleo type shit, but like I caught a lot of the shit that's going on right now, and so I guess I can kind of go over there with JJ too with the Houston thing. I mean, because that was gonna be my other thing. I'm happy that they're finally moved on from the situation for both sides, for Watson and for them. Like he was saying, this year now they have a total of 11 picks this year. So then now
that's amazing.
Yeah. So now for the next 3 years, bro, they have 2 firsts. That's huge.
That's some Bill Belichick type shit he pulled on that one though.
So this year they have the 3rd and the 13th in the first. So with me, like he said, I think you stay with Mills. It's time to build up. Obviously, this team is not going to be a winner overnight. It don't have to be, you know what I'm saying? Because they've already been losing for the past couple years and shit. So, but at least now.
Don't remind us. That's good. White flag. Gotta keep going, man.
But I'm saying, but they have a good foundation now to build off of. I've seen some fans be a little disgruntled and said, man, we should have got a player out of this too. And da 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 da.
No.
I'm like, look, man, you got what you got. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got out of this nightmare. You got 3 first rounds for the next. So you got 2 first rounds for the next 2 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. That's
a lot.
It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then you shed all that money now that you have money to play with now. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I think if it's me, first off, whether it's Mills or the future quarterback, you got to start building with the O-line. So you got to go get Evan Neal out of Alabama with the tackle. You have to with that first pick. You have to. And then after that,
trenches.
There's a lot of corners right now, right? So to me, I think I seen it. It was said one of the most needed positions for the Texans was a corner number 1, which is crazy to me because there's a lot of free agency corners out there that are veterans, that are guys that have been in the league that you can. I'm sure you can go trade a couple
plug and play
thirds or something to go get some of these guys. It's just so. I think for me, you go and sign a couple of these guys that are free agents right now and use that high pick. Now, if you want to get like a guy like Stingley out of LSU, if he's still there, then fucking take him. You know what I'm saying? But then I would still go sign another corner this free agent right now. Get you some stud corners. Like I said, get you a tackle. And then, there's a lot of edges in this draft this year. And so go get you an edge the second round and then continue to build up on your lines and stuff like that. And again, every year. Next year, what I would do is give Mills another year, see how he develops this year. If he doesn't develop this year, then next year you take these 2 first rounds and one of these first round picks and these extra picks you get, take a first round pick from next year that you got in this trade, with a third round pick or some shit like that you just got out of this trade that shit to move up. Because next year is going to be the year where all the quarterbacks are coming out. All of them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that would be the most ideal thing to do.
And so that's why this year, if I was the Texans, build your lineup right now. Use these high picks and shit. Build your lineup. Try to find you a couple stud edges. Try to find you a couple stud players mid-round and it's mid-round. Don't worry about trying to find a speed receiver in the third or fourth. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't worry too much on trying to find your future because you're not ready to win right now. It's nowhere near that. So right now it should be building around your foundation and your future. Get what you need now. And then next year, try to go get the quarterback that you desire next year with all these picks you just got.
I feel that. Man, Eddie Dean, let me get you up in there real quick, man. Tell me how you feel, man. What made you say, interesting? And then what made you say, man, what the fuck?
Well, to be honest, I can touch on the whole like Von Miller thing. But I think that they didn't kind of covered that already. So I tell you what I do.
Man, you could beat a dead horse. It's all right, man, because we can learn something new.
That horse went to the glue factory.
All right, because I'm beat on his ass when it's my turn. So I'm just saying.
Glue out of that motherfucker. I ain't
okay, go ahead.
No more. Dog food. No.
Shit, he gonna be a purse.
I'm gonna tell you. For me, I'm gonna just stick with the same 1-1. To me, and then let me get to this. This gonna be to me the same what the fuck and to say, oh yeah, that was a good one. And to me, that's with the Houston one, right?
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Check this out.
Fill me in, big dog.
So check this out. So this is how I feel about it, right? You got everything that we've said already. I'm not gonna even get right now. Maury J did a good job. JJ did a good job breaking it down as far as the whole Houston aspect about what was gained. Especially what Warren was saying just now about as far as like, how to go about it as far as, picking each player, like players that are coming out of school that are going to be good picks. Excuse me.
Yeah. Are you good?
Yeah. Personally, I think that they did good. Like I said, with the picks they got everything there in a place right now where they got everything they need to start a serious rebuild. If they can sit here and they can really put themselves in a position where they want to seriously try to hold on, let's say, to Lovey. Because, I mean, if you ain't going to keep anybody and Cully was just like that guy that kind of bridged a little bit of a gap, then why keep playing with people?
He got hoes, though. It's all cold, though.
Let's really say, let's really believe. Let's say for the sake of this conversation, we're going to say that Lovey going to be there for at least a good 5 years, right?
Fuck no.
So, at a minimum, right? Let's just say for,
Okay.
So let's
play this game. I like this game already.
Let's play this game, right?
Yeah, let's play this game. Let's play this game. It's showtime.
With the picks they got, trust me, like everybody said so far, I really believe they could do a serious rebuild. Like, not just some bullshit where like, oh, okay, well, we just going to do enough to kind of get us where we might want to be a little bit. The reason why this was a good trade to me for Houston was, I think it was Amari who said it, but it might have been JJ. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where it's like, I think both of y'all kind of said it now I think about it.
Yeah, they both kind of said this.
Get away from the circus and the bullshit of Watson. I'm going to touch on something that I said the other day. He's done with all the criminal charges, but he still got all these civil cases. They still got all the NFL conduct shit that can still. I'm not sitting there saying that he won't beat this. He might beat them all, hands down. He might, but we ain't got to worry about that no more.
He won't be playing the start of the season, though.
Yeah, the point of it is we ain't got to worry about that no more as far as Houston fans. And it would be one thing if, let's say, he wanted to play in Houston. Then it would be different to be like, well, why would we get rid of him for something like that? Well, he don't want to be there. So at the end of the day, I've always felt some kind of way about that. And if the guy don't want to be there and Cleveland want to come up off something,
ass out of here, goddamn.
Get the fuck on out.
Got out of here. Yeah.
Pack your bags.
Can't do shit about it.
Build anyway now. Which Kyle said that earlier, where it's like the Baker thing. I would have liked to get Baker out of it. I go out, not for him to be the next, but just to bridge that gap.
I think Baker,
because Baker is exciting to watch. As far as if you're a Texas fan, you want to see what he gonna do week to week.
But you know the only reason why I would say not to get him in with the Texans is because, again, look at what he had with Cleveland, and then look at what he did with what he had in Cleveland.
I ain't gotta say nothing.
All right.
Okay, I'm good.
And you guys have nothing nearly as close to what he had.
There's no OBJ.
No.
OBJ. There's no Jarvis Landry. There's no Njoku.
No, hear me out. Let me tell you. That's my whole point is that you're right. I don't look at him to win like fucking 9 or 10 games. I just want somebody to watch that's interested and don't put me to sleep on a Sunday where I don't know. Maybe Houston might win. Maybe they won't. No, I don't expect that motherfucker to be great. I'm waiting. I'm building off everything y'all saying. I'm waiting to get the next quarterback. But I don't know if I want to watch Davis Mills.
I do.
I don't want to watch the motherfucker. I can tell you that right now.
I'm saying. I mean, I don't want to just wait for the
I watched him already. It's trash.
Yeah, I don't want to wait for the rebuild to be built to watch the games. I want to enjoy a couple games here and there where this motherfucker might pull 3-4 touchdowns out his ass, even if the next 2-3 weeks he sucks. I mean, I want to have something to look forward to keep me the fuck watching. So, yeah, I don't think he the answer. I'm saying I want somebody entertaining to watch it. That's why I don't mind if Houston pick up fucking Famous Jameis. Not because I feel he'll go out there and take us to the AFC Championship, because I want to see some exciting shit. In the meantime,
I would take famous Jameis over Baker Mayfield any day, fool.
I take any one of the motherfuckers over Davis Mills. So that's my whole point. Is that I want something to watch in the meantime to not put me to sleep while we are rebuilding. He can bridge that gap a little bit. So and like I said, you got with everything going on, I feel that was a good deal for Houston because we rebuilding. So let's seriously rebuild. They gave up the whole fucking house all these years with all these players that O'Brien pretty much just gave the fuck away. So what this does is it almost puts us back at ground zero, where it's like, okay, we can seriously rebuild now. You got a coach in place. Let's keep
expansion
that system
team
in place.
Status now.
Yeah, let's keep that system in place and let's build with all these picks and shit. Like we the Sixers or the Celtics. So let's work the process and shit, and let's see if we can put a team together in the next 2-3 years where we can maybe have a contender in 2-3 years. So I'm good with that. The reason I scratch my head about the what the fuck is I don't get, and call me, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't get why the fuck Watson want to go to Cleveland, because it's not like, you have to understand, it ain't like Cleveland has this this history of being such a known winner either. To me, they ran kind of like Houston ran. So why the fuck would you want to leave here to go there with what's up, Amar?
That I'm not going. So I kind of feel the opposite on that.
Okay.
I think out of all the teams that he was talking to, I actually personally, and I get what you're saying, the way that
I get what you're saying too,
the whole situation with how they came at Baker and coming out publicly and saying how we wanted to doe that quarterback, that was childish as an organization. I mean, I feel like that degraded you as an organization, shit like that, you know. The last two quarterbacks, Johnny Manziel, then Baker, are they almost like the same fucking kind of quarterback?
They're the same, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Quarterback,
you know like, they ain't shit. That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying, but okay, so on that aspect, yes. But I don't agree with why he would want to go there still, because out of the teams that he had, they're the best
offensive line. They got the best run game. They got some better receivers, and they got a really good defense.
They do.
That was the best place. That was the best.
No, go ahead.
Organization, I don't know who's running their social media and shit. They need to get the fuck booted out. But
they need to be fired immediately.
But as far as what they have on that field, as far as the coach and Kevin Stefanski, and
great coach,
the GM, those things are what matter the most. And I get, again, lately they have a bad name, and I think it's only because of the players that they have brought in, because of the quarterback play, the situation with the coaches that they had previously. I'm telling you right now, Kevin Stefanski is the right guy.
He's the right guy for the job, man. I'll never argue that point.
So what y'all are saying? Let me finish up then. So what y'all? Because I'm asking the question. So what y'all are saying is that y'all believe the culture has changed in Cleveland? Like, really?
I think that I'm not saying that the culture has changed, but I do think by Watson being there will change a lot.
Okay.
I do think that right now they're a team to be fucking scared of.
I'm gonna say this too. So this is what I'm gonna say to answer that question, right? It's changed because it's not the same anymore, right? Like even Cleveland fans now, right, are actually expecting to make the playoffs. Want to know why? Stefanski jumped in the building, bro. Like they've been steady being number one in the run game. They steady to like number one or number two in like fucking offensive line play, right? They always have a good defense. You know what always hurt them, bro? It's the lack of quarterback play, bro.
I was gonna say that because
quarterback play. If Stefanski took fucking what's my boy, man, that was quarterback Case Keenum. And I love Case Keenum, right? Case Keenum in Minnesota went to the fucking playoffs. You know what I mean? Under his scheme.
We were about to go to the championship game. We were in the semis.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all why I don't agree with that shit. So
no, but go ahead though, because I'm interested. But
I'm with you. I like what y'all saying, but I don't agree, because I'm gonna tell you something. All that same shit that y'all saying, I seen the same shit Houston do. Oh, Houston got the best defense. Houston got these people on the field. Oh my God, Houston doing this. Wow, we're gonna make it this far this year.
But
you know what? Hold on.
Houston
I gotta let me finish at least one sentence.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, I've seen all that before, and with an organization that ain't really a great organization being ran well, they will fuck that up. So finish whatever you got to say.
I hear you.
But you're right though. You right.
Atlanta has been to the Super Bowl. The Saints have won a Super Bowl, but what the fuck Cleveland does?
But I get what you're saying.
Like we do.
I get what you're saying. Okay. But out of those teams that you're talking about in Houston with them great defenses, still, who the fuck was their quarterbacks?
Yeah, because remember all our quarterbacks got hurt.
That's all. I'm just trying to say.
I'll tell you one that it's Watson, and they still didn't do shit with him because the fucking organization will fuck you over.
No, but
that's Bill O'Brien.
Well, they didn't know. I mean,
that's Bill O'Brien though. Let's be honest.
You missing my point. You missing my point. We can make excuses about every single part of it, but I'm saying that it's kind of like what Stephen A. say about the Cowboys. They're gonna fuck it up. So
this is true,
right? But I just don't.
Yeah, this is true though.
Prove that to me yet. So I mean, we'll see what they do.
This is true.
And I get all that, but I'm saying though, that's a different scenario. By you saying that Houston having Watson, that just because they had Watson didn't mean they were gonna win because they had Watson. The team still fucking sucked overall. The team sucks. Cleveland Browns have a good team. All they needed was a quarterback. There's a big difference.
Okay.
Now they have a quarterback, and not just a quarterback. They have a fucking top tier game changer quarterback.
Quarterback.
A guy that can come down on you with a minute and 20 seconds and fucking scoring your ass. And that's what I'm saying. They didn't have that. We can go through and watch all their games and look at all the fucking overthrown passes and fucked up inaccurate passes that that fucking Baker has thrown and shit, bro. He's nowhere. Baker should be. He should be damn near a backup at this point.
Nah, he should be practice squad, fool. Let me just be honest with you.
And that's all I'm saying. So I get what you're trying to say about the organization.
He with David Mills, practice squad.
I get what you're saying about the organizations. A bad organization can fuck shit up, and we've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. But this is different. This is a bad organization with a good team needing a good quarterback, and that's it. That's it. They've done their due diligence to get this team together already. A bad organization wouldn't have a good foundation like this. They would have dismantled this shit already, like the fucking Jaguars. How many times have we seen the Jaguars with a fucking top 3, top 4 defense, and fucking the next year they fucking blew the shit up? Why the fuck would you blow up a defense like that? And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this team still stayed intact.
This team, despite what we think about the organization, this team is ready now. That's all I'm saying. There's a big difference. I get what you're saying about organizations. But
I'm with you on the organization part. Yeah, I'm most definitely with you.
I mean, we can speculate all day long. I'm just saying that's how I feel.
But you're right to feel that way though. What the fuck? You're right to feel that way though, because I understand. Being a Texan fan, like 100%, man. Like I get it. Like we gonna fuck something up. No matter what, it must be a Texas thing.
I've been watching Cleveland fuck up since Bernie Kosar. So I mean, I hear you.
It was just impressive to me that they took an inaccurate quarterback to the playoffs, you know what I mean, and actually won a game. So I can just imagine what they would do with a quarterback that can actually fucking play, right?
Let me clarify. Yeah. I'm not saying they don't stand a chance in hell. I'm saying we kind of getting away. We kind of moving the goalpost a little bit. I'm saying that of the teams, I get what. First of all, to be clear, I do get what y'all are saying. Like as far as a team that's ready. No, you're right. I mean, I felt that way. We all watched Cleveland's games and was like, damn, but Baker, is he real or is he fucking it up? I mean, they got a good team. What is he doing? So trust me, I get that. What I'm saying is that those teams do. Most teams like that have windows where somebody could jump in. They have an opportunity, but I've seen them fuck it up. So I'm just saying, until they don't fuck it up, I'm not gonna say they're not gonna fuck it up. And so that's all I'm saying. And I'm saying, and the biggest point being of if I had to choose between teams, I'm just saying like of all the what the fucks. Me personally, I think I would have took a little bit more time and went to like organizations that are been
more stable
lately, more like better. Like
I feel you.
That's all I'm saying. He could maybe do something in Cleveland. I'm not saying it's a snowball chance of hell he won't. I'm saying that it wouldn't have been my first choice.
The only thing I can say, last thing, real quick.
Come on.
And I get what you're saying about
come on, I'm with you.
But out of all the teams too, again, that he would have went to, none of them had teams ready right now. And then you got to think about all of them giving up 3 first rounds and all that. What the fuck were they going to do to build around him?
I think, and I'm going to say this too. I think y'all said it.
Cleveland can afford to give up 3 firsts because their team is already good. And that's what I'm saying. The other teams, they need every motherfucking one of them picks. And they were going to have to give them up. So now they'd be stuck with just a good quarterback. And that's what I'm saying. And he's going back to basically being on the same team in a different city.
Yeah.
I
think you guys said it best.
You're right. The team is built because they've been sucking for so long that they've acquired players for never.
But I'm saying though.
No, but you're right. I'm not.
You know,
trust me. I'm with you. I'm not.
If he goes to Atlanta, if he goes to the Saints, if he
ain't
goes,
got nothing.
He has nothing, and they're giving up the picks to get something. You know what I mean? Browns was able to give that shit up, and they still got fucking a solid team.
Yeah. So look, I'm going to say this, and then I'll take my take real quick, man. Right? I think you said it best last week, though, Eddie Dean, man. You said Houston was in control, right? You said if somebody offered Houston something, right, that nobody else can offer, which we thought it was going to be somebody else, right? The Panthers, right? Possibly, like the Panthers at the time, we thought can offer them the moon and the stars, right?
Vikings,
yeah. So we thought out of all teams, we all agree like the Panthers could offer them everything and some, right? But the only team that offered them everything and some that they wanted, that they thought was okay, was Cleveland, and that's why they chose, that destination. You know what I mean? Again,
that's not what happened. though. That's not what happened. Carolina actually was ready to give up all the booty. Actually, that's not what happened.
But who want no boot? Who wants a bootleg ass Matt Ryan? Because I don't want that motherfucker. I see what he did in the Super Bowl. This nigga, whoa!
What I'm saying is though, that wasn't the case though. He told Carolina that they were no longer in.
Yeah, in contention.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
I know.
They would have gave probably 4 first. So keep it a buck.
Yeah, to keep it a buck. But still, nonetheless, he went there. So look, this is what I said. I agree with y'all. I'm not gonna beat up Von Miller. I'm gonna make mine real quick. I'm not gonna beat up Von Miller, right? Because Von Miller did what he did. He got his money, cool, whatever, man. But I just want Buffalo to remember this one specific thing that JJ said, man. He's absolutely right. You don't give up all your money on a defensive player. Defense wasn't y'all problem on why y'all lost. Overtime rules was the problem. That's why you lost. So if anything, you go to the table, right, and you argue about the overtime rules, right? You simply say, hey, man, look, we need to get the ball one more time. And then I don't need Von Miller for X amount of dollars, right? And that ends that, right? Because they were actually in that game. Hell, technically, they should have won that game. But I'm not arguing that point. It is what it is. But I'm going to segue into topic
next week.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna go ahead and gently segue myself into our halftime and just simply say this because we're gonna bounce back off of this one, right? Davante Adams to me was the best move that happened this week, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you look at his stats, man, right, out of last year, right, he caught 123 passes, right? The next person on the Raiders roster who caught that was Renfro, right? He had 103 yards or 103 catches, right? He only had like 10,000 yards, right? Guess how many yards Adams had? He had 1,500 yards. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It's a huge difference. Okay. Yes, Renfro only caught 1,000 yards. That's it.
Okay,
he only had 1,000 yards.
10K. I was like 10K. God damn.
Yeah, he only had 1,000 yards.
I was like,
my bad. He only had 1,000 yards. And then he had a mad day, right?
Oh, shit.
And then after that, Adams had like 1,500 yards, right? So look, the averages is 10.1 for Renfro and like 12.6 for Adams, right? And then you go from 9 touchdowns to 11. To me, that's the biggest story, right? And also what makes this even better, because I think you said this like while we were texting, Jerry, and I thought this was cool. Since being with Aaron Rodgers, man, this man has caught 669 yards for 8K, and it's honestly 8K, right?
Right.
669 catches this man made. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. He had 8,000 yards. 12.1 yards a carry. So that means every time he caught it, basically was a fucking first down, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, total, he had 73 touchdowns, man, within his little span with Aaron Rodgers. This is huge for all Packers fans, you know what I mean? And for all Raiders fans, right?
You don't usually
you got this dude on the field, it's a game changer. And I don't think it matters who the quarterback is, because I don't care how they feel about Aaron Rodgers. And he is so great.
He's a bad
man. That motherfucker gonna have some problems next year, because guess what? 17 is not on the field, and we saw how much he tried to force feed 17, right? It's a miserable day in his neighborhood, but we're going to get back to that at halftime. So let's go ahead and get our drinks together, fellas, man. Cheers to halftime. And always, fellas, please get the Hennessy and the tequila out, man. Please drink responsibly, man. Always have water with you, man. Of course, most of us have water. I got lemonade. Sorry, my apologies. And make sure if you go anywhere, man, you're Uber, man. Cheers, fellas.
Yes. Don't fall asleep at the goddamn light.
Yeah, don't die. Most definitely don't do that shit, bro. Ooh, that's bad for you, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey, you don't even know if the car in park or you put on the brake. All you know. All All right, call it how we see it, nation. We back at it, man, after the Hennessy tequila time.
Yeah.
Halftime break.
Yeah.
So, fellas, this is a good topic, man, and this may be a little lengthy, man, but I really want to know how you guys feel about this whole Davante Adams leaving Green Bay thing. Is this a Davante versus Aaron Rodgers thing or what? So, I will say this, man. Amari J, I want to kick this off with you first because I know you don't like Mr. Miserable Rodgers because it's always a miserable day in his neighborhood. I know it is. So please let me know how you feel on this one, man. Like, is this really a battle between the two? Or did Aaron Rodgers just kind of say, you know what, man, fuck it, man. Like, I want the bag. Give me the bag. Or is Derek Carr just really that good? Where he's like, you know what, man, I'm going to go play with this cat.
You know what, man? This is, we talked about this a little bit earlier, man. It can go so many ways. It's an interesting topic because it's really something where it's like, damn, like I really want to get to the bottom of this. I would really love to be inside these conference rooms, like, you know, behind the doors. I want to be behind the call. Like, I really want to know what's going on because we don't usually see shit like this, man. You know,
no, we don't.
Like look at Tom Brady and Gronk. He's followed him wherever that man's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like
loyalty. You know what I mean?
When you have a connection. That's Rihanna.
That's
yes.
Rihanna. Yeah,
I know because that's my second wife, so I know this.
Lord,
but
you said her name, bro. I got nervous.
Yeah. So, but again, you don't usually see this, man. Usually, when guys have connections like this, you know what I'm saying? They don't divide. They don't have a divorce. They stay together. You know what I mean? And you ran by some of the numbers earlier, right? You said 696 receptions with the man.
669 receptions. Yep. 8,000 yards.
8,000 yards. 73 touchdowns.
73 touchdowns, bro. Like that's amazing.
It's amazing, man. It's like basically all of his trophies and all of his, you know, accolades and stuff came from throwing to this man. 17. And you just usually don't see this. So that's why it really strikes me because I know me, you know, I played ball, you know, I played college, high school, everything. Till this day, I still have my favorite quarterback, you know, AJ Springer. That's my dog, man. Till this day. If I want to go run some routes, if I want to get back in shape to go try to get into a league or whatever, hey, AJ, bro, what you on, bro? Like, hey, can you pull up to Houston? Can we get some routes in? Like, when you have that connection with somebody, bro, you don't usually bounce from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this shit just struck me. This was my real what the fuck moment. This shit. Now again.
Yeah, that's what I want to get at.
Now again. About two, I think it was. I don't know if it was.
Hey, real quick. Let's cut you off, man. The Lakers finally won a game, fool. Okay, keep going.
Oh fuck it, yeah. White flag.
Yeah.
So where was I at with this? Damn.
You were making the point about like how you want your quarterback. And that was
your quarterback, your routes, man.
Yeah, keep on with that.
Yeah, man. So you know, usually when you have this kind of connection, you don't go nowhere with it, man. And so the fact that. My question was that on the field, they seem to be like they're happy with each other. They seem to be brothers. They seem to have a bond, a connection. You know, usually when you have, you know, with those kind of numbers, you have to know this guy. You have to know him inside and out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they made it look good. You know, there's all this speculation and all these rumors now saying that Rodgers knew that he was never returning from the get-go. To me, that just doesn't make sense. For somebody to have a security blanket like this man for so long and to know he wasn't going to be there and you were supposedly, you know, contemplating even coming back in the first place. I know if you ask me to come back, you know, when I'm contemplating retirement and stuff like that bad, you know what I'm saying? Or possibly leaving to a different team. I'm definitely not coming back to a team where my number one target for my whole career is going to be gone.
It's gone
off the bat. Like that just makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? That's one thing that I think about. I mean, I think about a lot, you know. Two, did Rodgers, like, the shit is just mind boggling to me, man. Like, I feel when you're somebody like Rodgers, when you're Rodgers, you pretty much have Green Bay in your pocket. So pretty much whatever you want to get me to stay here, they're going to do what I say, right?
Right.
If I want this man here, I feel he's going to be here.
Right.
And for it to be yesterday and this day and him not to be a Packer anymore, I feel like Rodgers chose himself over Adams. Because it does
Preach, brother. Preach. Preach. Come on now.
It just don't make any sense, man. unless there's some type of deep turmoil behind the scenes that we don't know about between them two, it just does not make sense. It's not like Adams is some washed up, wide receiver that's, past his prime. He's the best receiver in the league. He's the best. I don't give a fuck. Cup, I respect the hell out of Cup.
But he ain't no Davante Adams, bro.
I love Justin Jefferson. I love all these other guys. But Davante Adams is the best receiver in the league, and I don't see that changing no time soon as long as he's healthy. So
ESPN should be calling him that's the bad man. Now that's the bad man.
Yeah, and another thing that caught me that I didn't think about. What happens? How many times have you seen players, right? And I'm gonna mix this around. I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna go to all sports. Like, let's say with guys like Devin Booker, when it was time for him to, his contract was up. How many of us wanted us to see him leave Phoenix and go to a team where we feel he can win because we love his talent?
I'll raise my hand. I did too. All right, I'll be honest with you. I did. I want him to leave.
How many times did we all want to see Damian Lillard leave to go to and get put him an opportunity to win? Okay,
I raise my hand to you like I'm in school.
Right. Okay. And so what happens though with these teams? You think they're going to leave, but what happens? For some reason, when it comes to sports and you think guys are going to leave, like Luka Doncic, I thought he might even,
Yeah, peace out too.
But for some reason, they stay, right? And it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a good thing to see that loyalty still exists in a day and age. That's cool, right?
Yeah, that's real.
So, and usually it's more so the teams are scared of the players leaving. But what happens is, before they even get to their last season, extensions come out, right? You get paid. We're not going to let you become a free agent, right?
Yes.
Right.
Why didn't Green Bay extend the best receiver in the league before he got to the point to try to put a fucking tag on him?
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
He just said the same shit.
this whole
circus.
This shit is just mind-boggling to me, right? And so now I get to the point where I'm just trying to figure out this shit. I'm trying to put all these pieces together. Okay, well, has Rodgers been? I mean, has there been some shit going on behind the scenes? Do they feel that they don't need him and they want to shed this money? And here's the crazy part. Come to find out, I guess once he was able to be traded or whatever, and he said he wasn't going to play on the tag, and Raiders offered this amount of money for the sign and trade. I guess supposedly the Packers decided not before. Let's not extend the best receiver in the league, the guy that's been here doing all this shit for our franchise. Let's not do the typical thing you're supposed to do and extend this man before his contract expires. No, we're gonna wait until he says I'm not gonna put in a tag, and then wait for somebody to send him an offer. And then I guess they tried to outbid the Raiders
and couldn't.
What? No. From what the reports are saying, the Packers offered more money than what the Raiders did.
Oh, wow.
But here's the catch. They waited until it got to this point. They waited until the Raiders gave this offer. Worse. Exactly. So now I guess does it come down to, well, shit, y'all showed me y'all ass already, so why the fuck would I want to play here anymore? And that's now I'm kind of what my segment was going to start off with was that is he choosing Carr over, Rodgers? But now when I finally break it all down, what I'm thinking is coming down to is that why did y'all not extend this man? Why did y'all not show y'all loyalty to him? Yeah, it was disrespectful. And I think that's what this came down to now. I don't think it's more so of a I'm picking Carr over Rodgers. Why the fuck would you pick Carr over Rodgers?
I feel disrespected.
I get that they played in Fresno together and all that, but as you ain't got to be too smart. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist to know I'm gonna have a better chance with Rodgers than Carr. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think when it comes down to it now, why the fuck would you let this man play his whole career? Why would you wait until he got to this point to finally say, okay, now we want to pay you what you want to get paid when somebody else offers that? To cut it off real, now that's what it came down to me is that disrespect. And it is disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
You don't get players like Adams, bro. He is going to be one of the best to ever fucking do it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like Adams might go down as one of the top 5 receivers to ever do this.
I was just about to say that, man. Yeah.
And for you, and you don't ever see players like that
once in a generation, man.
Walk out of a contract. They usually are already talking about extensions and contract extensions before that last year's even up. So for them to let it get to this point, it was disrespectful. It's a lack. I mean, I don't know, man.
It's hard. Judge, man, let me get you in there real quick, man. Tell me how you feel about this, man. Do you feel like it's a Aaron Rodgers versus Adams thing, or do you feel like they're like Jerry feels right now, Omar J? Or do you feel like they disrespected this man in any form or fashion?
I'm gonna have to kind of touch on some of the aspects that more Jay said because I
Yeah.
think it does rub off a little bit in that way. And I mean,
Fill me in.
at first, I kind of get it. You know, Green Bay wanted to see how all this was going to play out. They didn't want to lock in, Davante Adams if they didn't know who their quarterback was going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to pay Davante Adams a buku amount of money, and you're going to have some nobody throwing to him, and y'all can't do anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's weird how everything played out. I mean, it kind of gives a feel like something was going on back there, and it just took a turn, and it was just like Davante Adams saw that, and he was just like, man, this is some disrespectful shit going on. And he was just like, all right, I got the chance to go play with Derek Carr, who I've been played with in my college career. I've already got a little thing going on. I mean, we understand each other from Fresno State. So they already got an understanding. So it's going to be a lot smoother to change there than to go somewhere else. So,
and he's in warm weather now, bro. That's a big thing. He's in warm weather now, bro. Like, he ain't got to play the cold no more, bro. So imagine how much looser them limbs and legs finna be now, boy. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think that it came to the point where when Aaron Rodgers took that 50 mil a year, and I mean, this is just me.
Man.
Come on.
I don't know.
Going. Preach.
I'm not in there. But I think whenever he saw that and he knew that Green Bay was already in a tight space with the cap, he was just like, man, he's not leaving anything for me. Like, he's taking everything he can get.
Yeah.
And he's not leaving nothing for me. Like, instead of Aaron Rodgers saying, you know what, give me 10, 15 mil and leave the rest for Adams. I want him back. He didn't say that. He didn't do that. He was like, man, you got this money right here. I'm taking every bit of it.
Yeah.
You got some more? Bring it too.
Yeah. And they're trying to spin that shit. They're trying to spin that shit like basically like Adams basically like almost in a sense like he already told Rodgers or whoever he was never gonna come back. That's bullshit, bro.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
That might be.
I know bullshit when I see it, bro. And then when I smell it, that's bullshit.
Might be bullshit.
So I'm pretty sure Adams looked at that and he was like, man, who does Aaron Rodgers think he is?
Yeah.
Does he think that, he's gonna give the ball to who? The Randall Cobb?
Yeah, he could do this without me.
Yeah.
The Scantling?
Lazard? Yeah, Scantling. They stay hurt.
I'm not sure what game this was, but they were playing a really close game with somebody. And they were just going at it back and forth. Davante Adams got hurt for quite a few plays. He was out for like 5 or 10 minutes that game. And whenever he was out, I noticed that they went to Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb didn't do shit.
That wasn't the one where Lazard kind of took over a little bit. I think he might have got about.
I think that's what the game he's talking about. Yeah,
it was Scantling and Lazard.
Because I remember he got about maybe 3-4 catches during that time while Adams was out.
Those wide receivers didn't do nothing. The player that was doing everything was the running back.
Dillard and Jones.
And Jones.
Yeah, they were running from the back. They were doing the little short passes to them. They were the ones getting the first downs because they couldn't do nothing else. That was all they were doing.
JJ making an interesting point right now.
So what are you gonna do now? Like, your running backs are gonna be your key players from now on? Because Randall Cobb ain't gonna do it. Nobody else is gonna do it. Mm-hmm. So he's gone, and I'm pretty sure he's glad to be a Raider now. But I mean, this is a key thing that I said earlier, man. Quarterbacks are great and everything until they get to that point where they want to lock you up like that, because then you can't feed the rest of your team.
Yeah.
The only one eating there is your quarterback.
That's it. Go ahead.
Oh, boy, you said a mouthful on that one, man. Amen to that one, man. And I'm going to touch on that one on my take, man.
Yeah.
Come on, Eddie Dean, man. Let me get you in there real quick, man.
What you about to say, Amar?
No, I was just going to say real quick, as much as I wanted Watson, man, with the Vikings, it just 3 firsts and a fucking third, and yeah, just
sometimes it ain't worth it.
Yeah, it's just I'm not.
Yeah,
worth it, that's another. But yeah,
it ain't worth it, bro.
Go ahead.
But I'm gonna touch base on that shit in the next topic. But keep going though.
So let's see. My thing is like this, and I can't remember who made the comment, but it's about like, which again is one of those things where I think both of y'all kind of touched on a little bit about what's really going on with them and how much they really get along. I don't think it's one of them situations, and call me crazy, where it's like, oh, well, they hated each other and they just weren't letting nobody know it. I think sometimes people will be around fake ass bullshit people who are self-serving and self-centered, and they about them, and you may not really know it until something happened, and it'd be like, well, damn, that dude kind of fraud. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
fraudulent like a motherfucker,
and the whole
right?
time he'll be like, everything cool in the game, but you'd be like, nah, you moving kind of funny. And so I'm thinking like that from some of the stuff I'm sitting there looking at, where they're talking about like how Rodgers was aware of the decision and shit when he signed his contract. Like, he knew then that they weren't going to keep him. The information I gotten from what Amari J has said earlier about what they were offering being more. I don't know if it was more. I'll take your word on that. I was told, or was better yet reading.
They
that
said
it was at least
more.
The same, and for sure at a minimum
the
same.
Yeah, they said a little bit more.
I'm with you, but even if it ain't, regardless, even if they offering the same or more, just make it even worse.
Yeah.
It's like, and I believe you. You know, I'll take your word. That should be more than enough incentive to want to stay there. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at all this. And it's like, okay, to like go, I understand, but it's like, why would he want to leave? And to be honest, part of me believe that he just basically tired of some of Rodgers' diva bullshit. Because at the end of the day,
I agree.
Quarterbacks ain't built like they used to be, man. I sit here half the time watching these games. Yeah, I don't really be caring for people like Rodgers or Mahomes and all them. I ain't gonna lie, that's just me. I'm an asshole. So
but you're real though about it though.
I watch that shit and I'm like, man, what's up with these dudes? Don't get me wrong. And
they soft.
They soft. I'm sorry. And again, this is gonna lead me to another
They
point.
Softer than the HEB tissue. I said it again. HEB, please shout us out on this one, man. Yeah.
I feel you. And that's made me to another point where I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to be on the internet calling Rodgers them all soft, man, because I don't want to have to see them dudes one day. But you know what? Man, I'll beat his ass. Let me tell you something. I kind of wanted to know what y'all thought about that. If y'all had to get into
I'm going to say it again. Hey, y'all softer than HEB tissue. Catch it how you want it, bro. I don't care, man. But that's what they are, though. They're soft.
I'm sidetracking, but if y'all got in a fight with Aaron Rodgers, do y'all think y'all could win that fight? I'm really asking y'all right now.
I'm gonna beat his ass.
Let me tell you something real quick. I'm looking to this camera real quick, man.
I'm on here.
I'm gonna throw a football.
I'll be honest with you, man. Look,
man.
I'm from PA. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
I'm from PA, baby.
You figure it out.
Figure
it out.
Hey, look,
and I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd.
Yeah, I ain't no thug. I ain't no tough
I'm a nerd.
guy,
I'm just keep my hands up. Look, I'm a nerd. I'm just telling you.
I'm not saying I win, but that motherfucker better pack a lunch.
But hey,
fuck him, dog.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. He better hope like hell he ain't slipping in this pimping. That's all I'm telling you.
I ain't no little dude. Fuck him.
Keep going though. That's all I'm saying.
But
yeah,
JJ,
I'm a little dude with a lot of bark,
I want to
bro.
hear what JJ got to say. JJ, would you?
Hey, it ain't the size of the dog, bro.
I know it hurt me.
Hey, I ain't saying I'm.
Man, you beat his ass. So look here, man.
JJ gonna whoop his ass.
Yeah,
let me tell you right now. Hey, it's the quiet dude that gets the job done. It's the quiet dude that gets the job done.
He probably beat
JJ gonna fuck him up.
He probably fuck him up. So
yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this. I would be like, hey, look, Jake from State Farm calling you over there, and then I'll punch you in the face.
Hey, no shit. So let me finish up. So
okay, keep going, man.
I'm looking at this shit, man, and I think it's a lot of shit that goes on. I think he full of shit, and people like Davante are tired of his bullshit. I think it's bullshit. Look at like the shit with the COVID response and shit. It was a fucking lie. I'm not gonna sit there and just call the man out. He could have been confused. He could have been, but it sounded like a lie to me. It sounded like Aaron Rodgers be full of a lot of bullshit. And I think that maybe he talked that shit to Davante, like when all this stuff was going on throughout the season, like he was gonna hold him down, because a lot of that shit that they said that brought this on was from last year. From what I read, again, was from last year with Rodgers, as far as wanting to get out of the contract. Like, and I think I think it was JJ who said it. Like basically, they didn't like he didn't have a part to play in the process, and he had gotten pissed off as far as Rodgers about that. No problem. And I think like JJ said that they threw so much money at that motherfucker where Rodgers like, man, fuck you, and threw that motherfucker under the bus. I don't really give a shit what they do for you at this point. And I think once that happened, I think he saw that motherfucker true colors. I think he realized, wow, you know what? You kind of bullshit. Because instead of doing what you need to do to keep me here and keep this core intact, no, you took $50 million a year. So what is that really saying? Y'all trying to franchise? Man, fuck y'all. And I think that was basically how it went down. I think some people will sit there and talk that bullshit to you and maybe try. In their mind, they thinking like, yeah, I got you, man. You know. But deep down inside,
they don't.
When they cut that check and they was like, look here, man, you can talk all that shit you want about wanting to be part of this process and shit, but I tell you what, how about 50 million? And I think that motherfucker was like, shit, all right, then. And he jumped on that shit. And it was like, fuck it. And that was it. I think that's how it went down.
Man, okay, so look, I'm going to make my take real quick, man, because I agree with everybody, right? So look, I got like 5 bullet points down, right? And these are highly important, right? So one, Rodgers took the bag. Let's be honest. We're going to call it the way we see it, right? He did. Yeah. And check it out. No quarterback can win a game without like a good QB, right? Hold on, a good wide receiver, period. Like that's just all honesty, man, right? And then I also think too for Davante, man, the initial start to like the whole process was the fucking franchise tag, right? I think they could have done a better job in the beginning instead of placing him on the franchise tag. And I think that's what fucked them up, though. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end, that's disrespectful. That goes back to what you said, Amari J. That's ultimately like super disrespectful. But to quote Jim Carrey's Riddler, man, right? Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who was afraid of the big black bat? Well, obviously, this would be Aaron Rodgers at this particular point. And I'm going to explain to you why, right? Because every QB that has taken the bag, they haven't made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Period. They haven't made it. Include my boy Russell Wilson. And y'all know how much I praised him last episode, right? When you take the money bag, bro, like you're going to lose because guess what? JJ said it best, man. Like, how can you build your team if you're taking the bag? I think at this particular point, man, I'm going to say this. I don't like Tom Brady. And y'all know this already. I'm adamant about this. I don't like Tom Brady, but the philosophy behind Tom Brady is a lot like Tim Duncan, right? Hey, pay me whatever, and that's cool. Pay the people around me, so that way I can win rings. And I think right now the way that it's set, man, we're getting things confused. And I'm gonna use Russell Wilson because y'all know how much I love Russell Wilson, right? Like we all talk about like how many championships we want to win, but at the same time too, what have you shown me to like let me lead to that, right? Because you're taking the money bag, right? But at the same time, too, you can't build around your money bag. And I apologize for that. You know what I mean?
And
but
there's a domino effect to that shit, too.
Yes.
D, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Real quick, because I know you got points. Do you think, or any of y'all, do y'all think that maybe, just maybe, even though we know how Brady did with his money, we still saw how Belichick and them did as far as bringing in players? And do you think that maybe Green Bay is thinking along the same lines, like, you know what, we got Rodgers, we can make anybody a good receiver? Like Brady was with, he could make a career out of anybody.
You know,
maybe that's what they
did. He did, but just remember this though. Remember this with New England though. New England has always had a good defense though.
And
that's
the difference.
I agree.
And New England has been this way for centuries. I mean,
for centuries.
They're like this. They draft really well, and then once it's time to pay up, they let them go. They've been this way. And the difference, another thing that I was going to get to off of what D-Wall said, real quick to piggyback, how you said, and it's getting worse. The contract that Watson just got is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, bro.
All guaranteed. And you know what's going to happen? If you see it, if you go on social media and stuff like that, now you see cornerbacks like that are, corners that are, fuck, I wish I was a receiver now. And what's happening is that it's a domino effect because you see these quarterbacks getting all this money to where you can't pay nobody else. Well, now the receiver's like, well, shit. Well, bruh, if he's getting a fucking bag, now I want a fucking bag.
I want a bag.
Or
right?
I'll bounce.
Keep going. Keep going.
Now they're being forced to pay. Now receivers are back in the days, receivers was getting what? 8 million was a big contract, 10 million, 12 million. Now the biggest receivers getting 21, 22, 23.
Yeah, but two things. One, I think the cap went up. and two.
Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it did. But still,
but two
keep
going.
going.
Two is even a better point. This shit is kind of like a self-cleaning oven. Eventually, that's going to work itself out because eventually people going to get tired of paying motherfuckers like that because they're not winning. So I mean, it's kind of like one of those things that's kind of going to work itself out over a period.
I don't, because you see how it's going to always be a desperate team out there. Always. It's going to either be a desperate team out there, like we just seen with the Bills, or it's going to be a team.
Boy, I have to chime in on that one though. Yeah.
Or it's going to be a team like the Rams. Who
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be a team like the Rams that want to keep everything intact to run it back or whatever, and they're going to do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even look at the Bucks last year. They paid almost every single person to bring them back, and not really nobody took a pay cut but Brady.
Yeah. So look, and I'm glad you ended off like with Brady being like that whole segment, right? And this is what I say like on my last bullet point, man. Like Brady is exemplary, and oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm even saying this shit. Fuck. Brady is exemplary, and I'm going to explain to you why. Because Brady never took the bag. Brady built around people around him to win championship rings. So if you tell me like you want to be a champion, Tom Brady is the I'm saying it. Tom Brady is the perfect example of what you should do, right? Because guess what? If you win rings, guess what happens? You get endorsements.
Yeah.
And when you get endorsements, guess what happens, man? You get the money back you're looking for. So don't tell me. Yes. So don't tell me like championships is everything, and then you taking the whole fucking salary cap, right?
Yeah.
No, that means you only worried about yourself. You're not worried about winning rings. You're worried about yourself. Tom Brady is the perfect example of what it's like to be somebody who wants to win all the time, 24/7. And yes, I said it, and I hate Tom Brady because he wins so much. But his philosophy and Tim Duncan's philosophy is so true. You take the cut, you build a championship team, and you win rings. That's how you get cemented in legacy forever. They fucking up because I'm gonna tell you right now, this motherfucker gets his 8th ring. This is over with.
Do y'all think that the NFL should have max contracts in within the salary cap?
This is how I feel. If you want to, if you want to win, think about others outside of yourself. Period.
That's
and that's real talk. That's real talk. Like if I want to build a good team at my job, bro, we all splitting that pot. I cut my salary to help other people out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my thing though, because I want to win.
I'm saying it because we see the same people do the same stuff. Like let's say in NBA where you get people like LeBron or people like who they take max contracts, and we don't really bitch about that. We like, well, he gonna get max money because he's blah blah blah. And it's almost like, well, maybe if they had that in the NFL, maybe it'd make a difference.
But see, basketball is so much different because you can be more influential on both sides of the court, right?
Yeah.
A quarterback, an offensive player cannot, right? Because he's only playing one side. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, in the NFL, you have to be a team.
Yeah,
but and Tom Brady is the ultimate team player.
The money is relevant. I think that's why I'm asking the question. I'm asking because with each sport, I mean, it's going to be like, okay, well, what is a normal amount of money? Normal is a relative term is what I'm saying. So, I mean, everything that defines itself.
To be at this point, right now, we are paying people way too much money.
And I do agree with that. That's why
way too much money. Way too much money. Yeah. Way too much. And that's sad. Again, guys, man, I thank y'all so much for everything like you guys provide. The intellect, the disagreements, the agreements, you know what I mean?
Because we show
everybody every day, man, that like at the end of the day, man, like we don't have to agree on everything, but we can always respect each other's opinions no matter what.
And that's what
makes
after.
And that's what makes this podcast so great is because we never judge somebody's opinion. We learn from it. And so that's what makes it so fucking great. I love
y'all wrong opinions.
Yes, you know what?
I love when y'all wrong. So
I love my right.
I love when y'all right too, but I love when you're wrong just as much.
So again, man, you can follow us on the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the Twitter. And always, man, for you guys who love YouTube, man, we're on YouTube too. We did not forget about you guys, man. We love you guys as well, man. And we're going to post for you guys so that way you guys can see everything. Man, so that way I don't have to get like a million text messages about the fucking YouTube. So yes, YouTube, we will be posting, man. And again, JJ, Eddie Dean, Amore J, guys, I love y'all. I respect y'all, man. Love y'all opinions, man. And cheers to always, man. Hennessy has never let any conversation go astray. Tequila has never let any conversation go astray, man. So guess what, man? I love y'all, man. Peace out, man.
Hey, one more shout out for my man Amari Cousin too, man.
Yeah, Amari Cousin, man. One more time, man. Or for anybody that has lost somebody, man, please. Oh, again, before I leave out, man, because this is my tagline, man. Mental health is a strong thing, man. So please, if anybody's going through any mental issues, man, please make sure like you reach out, man. You may not know it, but it could save a person's life, man. Again, that goes back to what I said. Respect each other's opinions, man, because that means a lot to everybody in this world, man. We may not feel it now like we did back in the 90s, but right now we really need to get back to the basics, man, and respecting each other's opinion means everything, man. And that's 100, man. If any podcast can tell you anything, man, we're gonna keep it 100, man. And 100 is this, man. We're all people at the end of the day with different opinions and different minds. We have to be respectful. We have to be respectful of each other's opinions and minds, man. And that's all I have to say, man. I love you guys. Again, call it how you see it, nation, man. We love you too, man.
Yes,
I love y'all, man. See y'all next time. And guess what? We're going to have better topics next time. And guess what? Every Thursday is Hennessy time. And then every Friday is actually drinking the fucking Hennessy. I love it.
It's double Hennessy time, man. That's what it really is. Shit.
You know what? Hey, listen, more. Keep this on record, because guess what? I'm coming to pick your ass up. And guess what? We're going to have some fucking fun.
Well, we can't. We got to wait till tomorrow. We got to wait till tomorrow.
Oh, motherfucker.
We just call it how we see it.